And a very good afternoon and welcome along to the Key Centre for Day 2 of the 2018 IWRF Wheelchair Rugby World Championship. And this clash that's about to take place is between Poland and Canada. It's going to be a terrific game that'll be played over the next hour and a half. So it's great to have your company for the next 90 minutes for this clash between Poland and Canada. Poland had a loss yesterday to Great Britain, and Canada, they had the shock loss yesterday against France, which was a huge upset in the world of wheelchair rugby. My name is John O'Farr. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Normally, I would be the one announcing my co-commentator's name, but just to get it absolutely note perfect, please welcome my co-commentator. Your name would be?
Jens Sauerbier. Hi.
There we go. So, Jens, great to have you here. And
pleasure.
We're underway here between Poland and Canada. Now it goes across the top, nicely played away there by the Canadians. They've just got some work to do just inside the attacking key. It's great work there from the number 2 in Maroa. Maroa just battling nicely just outside the key, has Whitehead just in front of him in the 8 jumper. Now moves nicely to the left-hand side. Whitehead, beautiful protection there. Maroa just working his way nicely. Tries to get the pass away, gives it back in field. Nicely worked, and the first points go the way of Canada through Mike Whitehead, the dominant player. He played a big role in their performances last year at the national level when they went all the way to the gold medal game. Jens, you've been in the sport 9 years in wheelchair sports. What do you make of wheelchair rugby at this international level?
What I make, sorry?
What do you make of the sport at this level?
Oh, I'm very proud to be one part of this game, and so far we saw a lot of nice games and also spectacular games, and I hope this will be a very close one because if you have seen in the first attack from the Canadians, they will have a lot to press against the key defense from Poland, so pretty interested what will be the outcome.
So it's 2-1 in favour of Canada, and Poland just trying to get themselves back in this one. If you've never seen wheelchair rugby before, there's 4 quarters, 8 minutes a quarter. And now Wolfchuk just tries to get the ball away for Poland. He was a dominant player yesterday in their loss to Great Britain, but he moves it nicely through the court, and it squares us up at 2 apiece. Maroa inbounds nicely for Canada. Whitehead gives the ball back, and Maroa will play it just on that line.
And here you can see that will be the main strategy from Poland to go back to the key and try to find a leg over there.
So nice work there from Maroa. Tries to get the ball back in field. Gives it nicely away along the line and finds Cody Caldwell. Passage of play just developing. Great line, and you can see close to the line. Caldwell over the top. Whitehead tried to get it, but it's cleared. And Wolfchuk will take it away for Poland. He'll just slow down the clock here. 30 seconds left on that shot clock. Won't waste too much time. It's an interesting tactic that players use at different times of the game. Sometimes they take their time, really soak up some time on that shot clock. Other times, as we see there with Wolfchuk, he just took on the line and got the points.
I think they wanted to be sure that all players from Poland step back to their key, and Mateusz will be able to maneuver himself back to the key without problem.
So Maroa tries to get the pass away to Whitehead and does so, but Whitehead's copping some grief close to the line. And the points come there for the Canadians. Great work there from Cody Caldwell close to the line. And the points come for Canada. So we take a look at the replay there. Great work from Maroa, just over the top. Passed it beautifully, came to Whitehead. Whitehead had some pressure there from Kaputsa. And had some work to do, but managed to get the points as Kapusta just gets the points there for Poland. So we're all locked up at 3 apiece. 5 minutes gone, 5 minutes to go rather, in this first term. Goes across nicely there. Whitehead and Maroa just battling nicely, but it's Maroa that has the first contact. Works his way nicely inside the key. Has possession of play, tries to get the pass away, can't get it. Wolfchuk now has possession for Poland, and he darts away over the halfway and goes inside that attacking corner.
And that will be the strategy from Poland to pressure them down there, because inside the key defense, you are not allowed to make any mistake, any small or bad pass. So especially with a guy like Mateusz in front, very tall, very maneuverable. So will be a hard time for Canada, as you see right now already.
Have you seen the sport develop in your 9 years, Jens?
Yeah, I did. It was pretty, how I can say, interesting to see how many different impairment types come along the way. So mainly in the 2000s and in the 90s, it was mainly a spinal cord game. And right now we see more and more players with other conditions than spinal cord taking the place. And that will be an ongoing way. Also, especially in classification, to manage all these different impairment types. And it will be interesting how the officials will be prepared in the future for all these different players who are allowed to play.
So Canada on the attack there. Nicely played there by Moroa. He just tries to get possession away. Tries to get the pass away. They're down by 2, the Canadians at the moment, working the key nicely. Whitehead there, providing some blockages. Now Moroa will just try and push the ball in field. Travis Moroa over the top. Can he get the pass to Caldwell? He can.
Great
the points
pass.
Come there.
Great pass, great catch, man.
So close to the line. Of course, they can't touch that corner post that you see at both ends of the goal there. Cross that try line. So we go back into play, and now it's Poland very much on the attack, and Rocky now has the possession. Just tries to go at the line. You can see him there working his way nicely. Wolfchuk just pushing defensively, trying to create that gap on the right-hand side. Now Rocky developing nicely. Terrific blockages there from the number 3 in Kaputsta. And Kapusta just trying to create a block there. Goes across nicely, and it's Kapusta that gets the goal. So the try goes the way of Poland. Starting to develop nicely here. 6-4 in favour of Poland over Canada with just over 3.5 to play in this first term.
So far, I think Canada needs to work more for their points than Poland. So, that will be very interesting how Canada will find a strategy against them, and especially to come back after two turnovers already.
Jens, you made your commentary debut in 2014. Do you see the sport differently from the commentary box to being out on the court?
Yeah, you have to focus a little bit more on what you say, yeah. But it's nice to see from a different point of view. So actually, it's quite fun right now. So probably that will increase from time.
Well, it's certainly great to have you here in the broadcast box for this 2018 IWRF Wheelchair Rugby Championship, World Championship. All thanks to GIO, some wonderful sponsors involved, City, Land Rover, great support from the government, the Australian government, New South Wales government, Sydney.com, and then our supporters right through from the Australian Defence Force, the Navy, Rugby AU and Wheelchair Sports New South Wales, and of course the ball that you can see the referee has in his hand is proudly brought to you by Moulton, which is the IWRF official ball of the World Championship here in 2018 in Sydney, Australia. So referee just having a discussion there. Now, we mentioned off air earlier, Jens, that you were saying that one of the referees here today in this game was there in Rio in 2016.
Yeah, that is Alexander Schreiner from Germany. Well-known referee, very, very conscious about what he's refereeing and what he's seeing on court, speaking with the players really well, and actually one of the greatest so far what we have at the moment.
So some work to do here for Canada to get themselves back in this contest. 3 minutes to go before the quarter-time break. You can see some of the players just working them across court. The ball goes infield. Nicely worked there. Cross court. Whitehead now has possession. The 24 in Troutman is on the court now. Whitehead will slow down the clock. 26 seconds left and goes through for the points. So under 3 to play in this first term. 6 points to 4 in favour of Poland. Becomes 6-5, courtesy of that goal there to Whitehead. So Wolfchuk just trying to get the possession of play from the number 7 in Rocky. Rocky fires at Wolfchuk, just cops a bit of treatment from Whitehead, and Wolfchuk is off and away over the halfway line. Can't quite get him, the player there for Canada. the number 10 there in Hirschfeld.
Was big hit for sure from Troopman and Whitehead. Almost flipped him over. And that would result in a turnover. Would have resulted.
So the ball goes to Whitehead. Whitehead just tries to go at his opposition number in Kushida.
I think Matthias has a equipment timeout right now.
Yeah, it looks like it. So you can see him just having a tyre change there. 1 minute is the time limit they've got to change over that tyre. So a bit like the Formula One with the old pit crew coming out.
But we have only to change 2 wheels, not 4.
Well, I was chatting to Gary Pate earlier in the day, and we called the Denmark-Ireland game, and the count that I had last year at the National Championships, including all the teams and over the 4 days, 72 wheel changes across the 4 days. So it's a pretty big section of the game, isn't it?
It's a material fight as well. But also, on the other hand, there was a turnover, by the way, right now from Poland again. So well done from the Polish defense. Coming back, there are different tires out there. And especially when you have tubeless tires, they're a little bit stronger. They can resist better. But on the other hand, they are pretty much more expensive than the regular tires, what they use, what Poland and Canada is using. When you see on number 41 or from Trevor Hirschfeld, they have green wheels or blue tires or green. And approximately they cost €40 €40 a pair.
Okay.
And compared to €3 for a single tire from the other ones, so
right,
it's kind of different.
Okay, so yeah, that's great insight there into the tyres on the chair, because you see that a number of times. I'm not sure what the count is at the moment, but it was 72 at the National Championships last year as Whitehead takes it in for Canada. Became a bit of a game for the commentary team to sort of count it up to see if we could get to that 100 mark. We didn't, obviously, but anyway, as the play continues and the ball goes to the right-hand side, and Hirschfeld went over.
I think Krzysztof Kapusta went over the line, so it was leaving court from the Polish player. And yeah, actually you could have given also a penalty try, but the referees decided different.
Okay, so 3 points the margin now as Hirschfeld will throw it inbound, finds the 24 there for Canada in Troutman.
Rocky was very close to produce another turnover here. It was very dangerous pass from Hirschfeld.
Nice pass across court. There's some work to do here for Poland. Kapusta now just playing it nicely through the middle. Has his man in number 7, Rocky, on his right-hand side, but gives it away to Wolfchuk, and Wolfchuk gets the points for the Polish side. 9-6 with just under 90 seconds to play in this first time. So the game going at a pretty frenetic pace at the moment as Canada take it up through Whitehead. Whitehead will just soak up some time. They're inside 30 seconds on the shot clock, just trying to work his play. Wolfchuk comes across. Nice work there from Hirschfeld in the 10 to block him. Goes hard at the line. Whitehead pops the pass. And that's terrific stuff from Trevor Hirschfeld to get the try there on that occasion, Jens.
Yeah, it was nice, especially because Troopman was closed up in the bin, not in the bin, in the defense key, so was really close to 10 seconds.
So the play now for Wolfchuk. You saw the replay there of the try there to Hirschfeld, and Wolfchuk now just playing it at the line, close there. Just trying his best to get around that key, working it left and right. Bounces the ball a couple of times, works his way around again. He's got a couple of players there working beautifully in defence, including Kapusta.
The Polish people or the Polish players are not the only ones who can put a really good defence on.
There's so timeout call there from Wolfchuk. How crucial is that timeout call at different times of the game, Jens?
It's most of the time it's a out of jail card. So especially when you have maybe 10 or 6 seconds to go on the shot clock, then it's pretty good to have. On the other hand, it's really good to produce a timeout because it makes you feel better and puts also a little bit more pressure on the other team. Yeah?
So 24 seconds left in this game clock. You can see the Poland side just getting their refreshments. And the coaching staff there just having their words. So wonderful sponsors involved, of course, our naming rights sponsor, GIO, City and Land Rover. Great support from the Australian government and the state government. And, of course, they're using the official IWRF ball in Moulton. And now it takes it forward for Poland. And it's the 7 in Rocky that takes it forward. And Poland will get the ball and the try through Kapusta. So Kapusta gets points there. And now Hirschfield will try and bring it inbound for Canada to get themselves back in it. They trail by 3. It's the 24 in Troutman that'll take it up the middle court. Goes up some space. Here comes Rocky on the right-hand side and tries to get the ball out and does well.
And it's another turnover.
So another turnover, causing that mistake there, and that's really what it's about for Canada now. Because they're down by 3, the margin isn't that big and still catchable, I suppose. But, you know, when it gets to sort of that 8 or 9 points, it's really about forcing the turnover and forcing the mistake, Jens.
Yes, for sure. Especially, I mean, Poland did it really well, so they tried to score very late on a goal clock. And Canada had 15 seconds, so actually they were able to score, but Rocky had fast hands. And yeah, Brandon should protect the ball a little bit better next time to don't put up the lead for Poland so high in the first instance.
So quarter time here at the Key Centre in between Poland and Canada. Poland lead it narrowly, 10 points to 7. We'll take a break, and on the other side, all the action of the second term.
See, feel, climb. First out, last in. Look round corners, look in crannies. Go down dark alleys, lose yourself. Catch a lift, break new ground. Turn things inside out. Go walkabout, get set. Go after the goosebumps. Never stop discovering.
And welcome back to the Key Centre for this vital clash in the IWRF Wheelchair Rugby World Championship, all thanks to GIO. It's Poland and Canada in action, and Poland, they lead it with possession at the moment, 10 points to 7. It's an interesting scoreline at quarter time, Jens, and this is a time for Canada to really force the mistake with Poland in possession.
Oh yeah, especially the first, that was a foreign key from Fabian Lavoie, especially the first try is always the crucial one, because that gives away the momentum already, and you don't want to have that.
So Poland now have possession, as you can see. It's Rocky that gives the ball inbound. Nicely played away there by Kapusta. Kapusta now just holding the line up, trying to work his way around. Great defence there from Rocky. Now it goes away to Wolfchuk. Wolfchuk has possession. Just pushing his way nicely on the left. Started with the right. Now just swinging back across on the left flank. Now coming back to the right. Working his way nicely, Wolfchuk. Just trying to get around a couple of players, including the 12 there for Canada in Patrice Deganese. And now it comes back inside to Rocky. Poland still on the attack. Great work. Troutman couldn't get him. And Raphael Rocky gets the points for Poland. So the margin now goes to 4 points with 7 to go before the halftime break.
And that's already a big lead in my opinion. Especially Canada is not used to have some leads to cover. So it will be interesting to see how they perform in the rest of the game.
And a nice try there for Patrice Deganese. So he gets the points. And a great inclusion into the Canada side. A couple of new faces within this. There's a few veterans in the side, including Mike Whitehead, and you mentioned Fabien Lavoie earlier.
One of the fastest three-pointers who is a spinal cord injured person. Very long arms and have good acceleration as well.
So Wolfchuk for Poland, you can see there on your screen, just moving in nicely for the try. And now it goes to 4 points. Well, you said 3 points was a pretty strong margin.
Yeah.
Now they've gone back to 4. So some work to do certainly for Canada here, Jens.
Especially now they go back again to the key. And that's a well-prepared strategy from Poland. You see it often in the games because they have a very good key defense, and it's hard to break through there.
Well, the last time they met, it was at the Wheelchair Rugby World Championships in Vancouver in 2010. Canada won that game by 22 points, 60-38. Seems to be going in a similar fashion. It's not quite that big yet, but the way Poland are playing as Wolfchuk gets the try, they're really starting to dominate their authority on the court, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure. Back in the days, there were different players from Canada. I see one on the right hand in a VIP room. It's Garrett Hickling, future Hall of Famer. And Poland was always a team with a lot of spinal cord injured people. And right now they have Mateusz Wolfchuk, who is pretty strong, pretty agile player. And now Canada is missing one of these impact players. So they will have hard time, especially in this tournament, with all the world top teams and all the top players in the world.
So Fabien Lavoie just gets the try there on that occasion as you were chatting, Jens. And interesting to note that Poland, they're yet to compete at or qualify at a Paralympic campaign.
Because in the past, I think it was in 2013, they had a pretty bad result on the Europeans. They became 9th place, so they were not allowed to go to, or they didn't qualify for the Worlds back in Denmark in 2014, and also there was a change in the competition regulations. So in Europe we have right now 3 Europeans, so European Div A, B and C, and they had to advance or promote back to the A's before they were allowed to take on any qualifiers for major tournaments.
So it's great to see them here in this World Championships and here in Sydney. So they dart away Poland and goes to Kapusta. Kapusta goes to Rubak. So Isabella Rubak gets some points there. Wonderful to see some female involvement in wheelchair rugby. Obviously Rubak, a great competitor for Poland. As the ball goes across to Fabien Lavoie. He just works his way outside that key. Maya Marshall for New Zealand as well, but terrific to see a number of females in the sport of wheelchair rugby at this elite level.
Yeah, not only on a international level, also on regional levels, a lot of females around, and pleasure to see that. And also there were recently in Paris, I think, there was the 2nd edition of the World Women Cup. So only female players, only women were allowed to play there, and it's great to see, yeah.
So Poland just gets the try, as you say there. Kapusta gets the points, 15-10 now. Favour of Poland. Troutman gives the ball back in field. And it'll be played there by Canada. Fabien Lavoie just taking his way up the middle, trying to find an opportunity. Troutman goes bang into the defensive line. Great work from Diganez. He tries to just create some gaps there. Pops the pass over the top. Can it get there? Troutman. Couldn't quite get there. A foul.
But here you have seen how strong the key defense is from Poland. Kapusa, I think he touched it with his fingertips, and also on the other side, Rocky was very close to it. Unfortunately, Shosty tried a little bit too much and produced an illegal hands of use.
So the next game on the schedule.
Sorry.
That's okay, Jens. The next game on the schedule is Denmark-New Zealand, which should be a terrific game. That's at the Netball Centre, but you'll be able to see that on the live stream as Troutman goes through. That begins at 6 o'clock. which will be about half an hour after the completion of this particular game. And then 6:30, the last game here at the Key Centre for today. That'll be Ireland and Sweden, which should be a terrific game. Ireland looking for their first win. It's their debut tournament here, Jens. First time in the World Championship. So great to have the Irish here in Sydney for these Worlds.
Yeah, for sure, Dave. I think back in the days they played in 2010.
Yep.
In Canada. So, yeah. A long time ago, yeah?
Yes. Yes, it is. So Poland 15, Canada 10 in this one. We're about 4.5 away from the main break, and it'll be Poland, as you can see on your screen, with possession there, and Rocky will just look for an option. He's got a couple of players just in his sights. He could either go with Shostak, who's just there in the 4, but Fabien Lavoie just giving him some grief and trying to prevent that pass. Terrific amount of battles going on that court. Troutman's in a terrific battle there.
And even when it's an off-ball situation, a dead ball situation, you see that there's no rest in this game. All the time pressuring on and trying to get a position and try to dominate his opponent.
Kapusta working his way nicely. That's a great individual goal for him. Krzysztof Kapusta. And getting the points there. So Poland just extending that lead now to 5, 16-11 with just over 4 to play before half-time as Canada try and work their way inside that key. Fabien Lavoie, Troutman on his left-hand side. He'll try and use him as a blocker, but gets through. Worked it well, nicely. Had a little bit of room there between Kapusta and Shostak, but the points came for Canada. And, terrific work from Fabien Lavoie there on that occasion, Jens.
Yes, for sure. On the other hand, you see how difficult it is. Even with only 2-pointers, Poland plays right now with a 2-point lineup. Isabella has 2.5, but with the female bonus, she's playing. She's playing with 2 points, or Poland plays with 8.5. It's pretty hard because they are all fast, all good hands, good proximal stability in the shoulders. So even against a spinal cord lineup, Canada needs to keep up and tries to produce some turnovers.
So nicely worked there by the 7 in Rocky. Rocky just working away. Nice little pass over the top. Beautifully worked from Kapusta. Kapusta under some pressure now. Has his man in Shostak just ahead, but gives the ball away to Rocky. Rocky makes his way up the middle. Whoa. Rocky just tries to get the ball inside that attacking key. Got the pass back. They go backwards to go forwards. And now Kapusta working his way around Troutman. Tries to get there. Great work from Rubak that creates the gap. Oh, how on earth did Krzysztof Kapusta get through that hole?
Good that he has a male hip.
That is unbelievable. Rubak did particularly well, as we saw on the coverage, but, geez, it's just amazing when they're in that tight section of the try line, how mobile they can be inside that area when it all looks sort of bunched up and really
and how
stuck.
narrow it becomes.
Yeah. So 17-12, Poland over Canada. And the rule change there was just the ball off the hands there. So it'll come back to Canada, as you can see there. And the inbound will come. Goes away to Troutman. Troutman works his way. Nice bump and grind. Goes over the top. There's points here coming. Fabien Lavoie tries to get the points. In fact, it's Cody Caldwell. And Cody will just soak up some time on that shot clock.
Right now they try to stick down one of the other 2-pointers from Poland to keep them away from the inbounder. And looks pretty well right now. And now Poland needs to inbound somehow.
Be interesting to see which way they go. Nice pass into Rocky. Goes away nicely to Shostak. Shostak gives the ball to Rubak, and Rubak goes through. Great. And the points come.
Great
Terrific
spacing
first goal for her.
Great spacing from Poland here. As I said, they all can pass, they all can carry the ball, so it's pretty hard to figure out who actually is the main ball handler. And turnover here from bad pass from Trevor, I believe.
Yep, it was.
Turnover.
So it goes away there to Poland, and they get possession nicely through Rocky, who'll just slow down the clock. There's 25 seconds left on that shot clock. 2:46 left on the game clock in this second term. Game going at a frenetic pace. Poland looking for their first win of the tournament after going down to Great Britain yesterday. And Canada certainly looking to bounce back after their shock loss to France.
Oh, yeah. It was, to be honest, in my opinion, it was not unexpected, but it was a little bit surprising how well France was playing. But on the other hand, in preparations of this tournament, I saw a friendly game between Japan and France, and they were tied after the fourth quarter. So you could imagine how well France is playing, and
so it wasn't a huge shock to you that France
it
got
was
up.
Not really, because as I said, you need to have these impact players, and France have a lot of them.
Okay.
I think at least 4, and Canada has to come over the team. So as better they play together, as better they are, and you need to focus on your strategy and try to overcome the impact from the other players.
Well, at the completion of this game, Jens, I'm going to get your contact details, because before any major sporting event, I'm going to get your tip if you think France were good things against Canada yesterday, because a lot of people in the wheelchair rugby family and the world thought that was a pretty big upset. So I'm getting your contact details, and you're going to tip for the rest of my life. So, because at times I can't tip sound out of a bucket, but
I'm not the oracle like on World Cup for football.
So as we go back to the live action, and Canada just on the attack, a nice pass to Troutman. It's great work there from Maroa that got the pass initially away. And the points come for Canada. So they're starting to come back into this game, aren't they, Jens? Down by 5, 19-14 with 2 minutes to play before half-time.
The interesting thing is that Canada has still 3 timeouts and produced 5 turnovers. So here becomes timeout. And that's what I meant. When Poland gets in trouble, they take their timeouts. And Canada so far were a little bit shaky in taking them. So that's why the lead was produced like that.
So for those that don't know, as we take a break here, just as the Poland side take a bit of a breather and the coaching staff, you can see there just giving some instructions. For those that don't know, take us through some of your playing career, the level of play that you got to and all that sort of stuff.
I played since 2009. I'm from Germany, so obviously we are not here
yes.
because we unfortunately lost against Poland in a qualifier, and here you can see why they are deserved to be here. My actually career started in the national team in 2011, and from there. Oh, will she get it? She gets it.
Oh, yes. Rubak does particularly well. Takes out some Australian government signage, but gets there for the try.
Nice push from Isabella. Nice push. Yeah, and then back in the days, I played a little bit in different leagues and won a couple of championships, but on international level. Unfortunately, I missed till now the big Paralympic Games. My last major event was 2017 on the Europeans in Germany.
Yep.
And unfortunately also we lost against Poland at this time.
Okay, so
yeah.
I'm sensing a pattern here. So is that when you're going for Canada today?
The thing is that until Europeans, I think it was 3 years in a row where I didn't lost against Poland, and then they came to us. And we lost against them and also in the qualifier. And it's very disappointing, but that's how sport is. Yeah? If the others are better, then you have to accept it.
Yeah, absolutely. As Maroa goes downtown and goes to Troutman, and Troutman gets the try for Canada.
And training is everything. So we see us on court next time.
Well, as they say in horse racing, it's on again tomorrow. So Troutman battling nicely with Rocky. Rocky gets the pass with limited real estate. Couldn't quite get the hands there for Rubak, but it comes back for Troutman. Troutman with some work to do. As you can see, close to the try line, has Rocky just there, but Rocky does well. Somehow, some way gets the possession loose, and the molten ball spills on the court.
And that's the thing with Brandon. He is a very young guy. I think he's 19 years old. And from time to time, he is a little bit unsure about if he is protecting the ball or if he should have his hands on the rim. And Rocky's very experienced to find this timing to flip it away.
So Shostak back on 2 wheels. He gets the ball away nicely there to the 3 and Kapusta. Kapusta just working his way nicely. Has some support left and right, but he'll decide to go straight up the middle. Terrific blockage there from Shostak, and they take it forward now. And it'll be the try there for Poland in Kapusta. So more points there, 21-15 now with just over a minute to play. And we're inside the final minute now as Canada takes it nicely up through Maroa. Maroa just has Troutman just on his left-hand side. Now he comes inside the clutch. Tries to work it around. Down by 6 Canadians, and they'll work it nicely through Maroa. Maroa just goes at the line, tries to find the gap, pops the pass to Troutman, but it's knocked out by Kapusta. And the ball will eventually go out of bounds because the man chasing it was the 15 in Simard and couldn't quite get there quick enough.
Well, very lucky for Canada that the ball went out because Troutman was stuck in the key and it was almost 10 seconds in the key.
Maroa goes hard at the line, trying to get some points, and again, Canada lose the ball close to the line. Shostak does particularly well, gives it away nicely there, and now it goes to Rubak. Rubak under some pressure inside the last 20 seconds of this quarter. Can she go all the way? Rubak pumps the pass across there to Shostak. Shostak couldn't quite get the ball away. Take us through that ruling there, Jens.
That was 12 seconds in the backcourt. Isabella wasn't able to pass the midline within 12 seconds, so it was very good defense after the turnover. And you see it very often in regional rugby that if somebody produced a turnover, that immediately the returnover comes, and that's something what the coaches really hate, because you're working very, very hard to produce a turnover and then give it away in the same action. It's not what you want to have.
Nice pass there, Fabien Lavoie. He'll try and work it nicely. Pops the pass over the top. There are points coming for Canada, and it goes to Whitehead. So the try goes for Canada. Ball back into Shostak. He'll try and just hold possession. 2 seconds to go on the clock. The referee stops the clock. In fact, they stop the clock completely because that is half-time. So a terrific game we've got in progress here. It's half-time here at the Key Centre on day 2 of the 2018 IWRF GIO Wheelchair Rugby World Championship. Poland, they lead it by 5, 21 points to 16. We'll take a main break here for a couple of minutes and be back with all the action of the second half.
See, feel, climb. First out, last in. Look round corners, look in crannies. Go down dark alleys, lose yourself. Catch a lift, break new ground. Turn things inside out. Go walkabout, get set. Go after the goosebumps. Never stop discovering.
Of course, there's plenty of action this week. 12 nations across the 6 days, across 2 venues, the Netball Centre just next door. This would be possible, of course, without the hard work of the International Wheelchair Rugby Federation, naming rights sponsor GIO, and major sponsor City and Land Rover, above and beyond. This year, of course, the International Wheelchair Rugby Federation is celebrating their 25th anniversary. Doing wonderful things for our sport. It's certainly been a very fast-paced development and growth over those 25 years. Wheelchair rugby now a very commonplace, particularly in the Paralympics. It's really to showcase a jewel in the crown of the Paralympics. A lot of people flock to see these fine athletes do what they do on the court. It is quite amazing. They take some massive hits out there, and after a week's of competition, I'm sure it's very, very tiring. They're in very good physical condition and train many, many months in advance for these tournaments. So congratulations to the International Wheelchair Rugby Federation on your 25th anniversary. We know you will continue to do great work.
And welcome back to the second half action here at the Key Centre for day 2 of the 2018 IWRF GIO Wheelchair Rugby World Championship. Poland going up against Canada. John O'Farr and Jens in commentary. Jens, just an amazing scoreline. We were talking about it at the main break. It's almost a first quarter scoreline, and here we are in the second half or the third term.
Yeah, it's a very low score game, especially because Poland is playing so often defense in the key that takes a lot of time from the goal clock, and it makes also the game a little bit slower. But actually, also with this low score, especially with this score, it's a very big lead for Poland at the moment.
So the first points come of the quarter to Poland through Kapusta, and now Canada on the charge. Works it nicely through Fabien Lavoie. He's just got some possession just outside the key, works his way nicely. Rocky trying to give him some grief from Poland. Tries to push his way, pops the pass away. Troutman gets the ball away to Lavoie and couldn't get it. So great hustle there, especially from Kapusta close to the line, Jens.
Yeah, the thing is that Brennan was not set up really well in the key. He was standing backwards to the goal line and stayed in his dominant position. So it's hard time when you don't attack altogether against the key defense, especially Poland has one of the best key defenses in Europe, so even harder to break them.
So Kapusta gets it inbound, tries to give the ball away nicely to Witkowski.
Was a very good timeout, very well taken. That's what I mentioned before. Use them when you need them instead of taking them with home.
I was chatting to Gary Pate earlier in the day when we were calling the Denmark and Ireland game, and he mentioned with the Team USA side and with other sides that at training, and I'd love to get your opinion on this and thoughts on this, at training they practice things like calling that timeout close to the line, collisions, that sort of stuff. Is that something that you guys would do?
It's more likely that you are aware of the situations when you have to take them. Especially when you hear from the bench with 20, or when on the shot clock is written 31 or 30, then you have only 2 seconds to pass the midline. And especially in these situations, you have to be aware what to do. Either you take the timeout, you pass the ball, or you pass the goal, the midline. And in Germany, we don't train it really well, really like that, but we have to be aware about the situations, what to do with video analysis there.
As Troutman gets the points for Canada there, starting to come back. That margin now 5 points, probably the closest between the two sides in this game. And Jens Poland, as Henich works his way up court, gets the ball back and now gives it away there to Kapusta and now to Henich. And Henich just goes for that try. manages to thread the needle and gets through for the try for Poland. So he's first of the game. But Poland now, starting, would they be just dropping off a little bit in pace, do you think? Is that what you're noticing with Poland at the moment?
I believe that they are very strong in the key, and they try to what's the English word, to melt down the Canadians inside the key, because they have big trouble, especially with this young lad over there who's scoring right now, Bren. But that was he made the score over here.
Yeah, so Dijonat gets the ball in field and gave it away to Troutman, the try scorer. As now Poland make their way up through Kapusta. Gives the ball across court nicely to Henich. Henich working his way. Nice pass. Threaded the needle beautifully. Gave the ball away beautifully to Witkowski. Witkowski just holds up the line. Gets the pass back in field. Oh, Henich. That's terrific stuff.
It's great passion from Arkadiusz here to sort out when to pass and don't pass in the wrong moment. It was really very well seen.
One of the things I noticed pre-game yesterday when Poland took on Great Britain was just the passion in the team of Poland. Just before the anthem, they all got together. When the anthem was playing, the team all was singing it. Hands were on the hearts. They're a very proud nation, aren't they?
Yeah, they operate like a team, and they are really proud of what they have achieved so far, and they are not finished, it looks like.
So, Germans being very disciplined. Are they as disciplined as the Germans seem to be?
The Polish nation is also very disciplined in terms of what they are playing. And from time to time they are coming more with emotion than the Germans, so we are a little bit more cool down in our heads. So, in this game you need passion and you need emotion, and to take over the momentum, and that's a crucial part of the game.
So Canada on the attack now. Cordwell just works his way nicely. Has Hirschfield inbound, but gives the ball away to Whitehead. And Whitehead will get the points there for Canada. Nicely worked there. So now it comes inbound for Kapusta. Kapusta gives the ball back in field to Witkowski. Witkowski back to Kapusta. Kapusta just working his way. Whitehead giving some grief. Caldwell doing his best to try and stop progression. Hirschfield doing his best too. Gives the ball back in field. Might be a turnover here. Nicely worked from Cody Caldwell. Caldwell now has some work to do. Pops the pass. Picked up beautifully by Maroa. Maroa on the charge, but here comes Rocky on the left. Now trying to go back on the right. Passes back in field. Building beautifully here. Nicely worked there from Canada, and they go through for the points. Cody Caldwell. Jeez, that was pretty to watch there, Jens.
And that's what the Canadians have to do when they produce a turnover. They need to keep the ball and don't produce it right away or give it right away. So that was well done from the Canadians.
So 4:52 to go before three-quarter time. Probably the closest margin apart from when we started. 25-21, 4 points the margin in this contest, which is interesting to see. But the scores are pretty low for this time at three-quarter time, aren't they?
Yeah, it's not because the teams or the players are slow. It's just they take their time and be patient in their actions and attack. When you see the Americans playing against GB the game before, it was a very high-score game. And just because they are putting all the force into the wheel all the time, and they do it with a little bit more, patience, but it's paid off so far for the Polish people, for the Polish team.
Yeah, so that great game earlier, won by the US. I think they won it by 5 or 6 points from memory on the scoreboard, as Poland now are on the attack now through Henich, who has some work to do. Henich passes the ball away nicely, gives it to the three and Kapusta. Kapusta now goes to Rocky. Rafael Rocky gets the try.
That could have been judged also as a help ball from Mike Whitehead against Arkadiusz Henich, but the referee had a bad position or a bad angle to see that. Unlucky wise for Canada.
So Canada now will take it up court through Caldwell. Caldwell just plays it at the line, tries to thread the needle. Oh, simple stuff, huh?
It's a contact sport, guys.
26-22, the margin 4. Ball inbound nicely. Gives it back to Rocky. Good little teamwork there from Witkowski. Now it comes across line. Henich doing his best to create a block there for Kapusta. Kapusta working his way through mid-court. Great punch away there from Witkowski. And Krzysztof Kaputsa gets the try there for Poland. So just brings back the margin to 5 points and just over 4 minutes to play in this third term.
And that's what Canada has to do if they want to go back to the key, the Polish team. Then they have to pick back one of the Polish guys to don't let them set up the key defense. And exactly that what they have to do right now to don't attack all the time and lose time also on the clock.
So an opportunity here for some points here for Canada. They just need to get themselves into this contest. Moreau will inbound. Gives it to Whitehead. Whitehead now just pushing through. Gives the ball nicely to Caldwell. Caldwell now just having a bit of a conversation there with Whitehead. Now he works at left flank. Tries to work it over the top. Looking for some options. Now some opportunity. Rocket giving him some grief. Here comes Henich across the court just to provide some protection there. Now it goes to Whitehead. Whitehead holds up the pass. Looking for support. Gives the ball back. Juggling well was Caldwell. Caldwell now battling in the key. Look for pass. Oh, what about the pass? Oh, that was terrific stuff to Whitehead. Whitehead back to Caldwell. Oh, that is superb. Absolutely brilliant from Canada.
And that was just with 1 second on the shot clock. So, whoa. They've played 4 against 3 and almost didn't score. That would be very, very bad.
Nice pass away there to the 7 in Rocky and Poland. They strike back as soon as that brilliant passage of play there from Canada. But when we saw that, that just really demonstrated the strength in this Canadian side, didn't it, Jens?
Yes, sir. Yes. But I don't know why Canada is not picking back one of the Polish guys. I'm not sure if they recognize that already, that they have trouble against the key. But they should watch on a scoreboard just to get an imagination to, may change a little bit in the strategy.
So Caldwell gets the try. And now Poland will reset. That margin goes back to 4. 3:07 left in this third term. Inbound pass nicely to Henich. Henich works his way around just on the flank. Gives the pass over the top beautifully there. Rocky, beautiful pass away now. Starting to build here. Oh, that's great stuff from Witkowski. But what about the pass there from Kapusta? Just showing so much versatility on the court, isn't he, Jens?
Great ball handlers, both of them. Kapusta and Rocky, they are very experienced players. They are both in the age where it's might to be not long anymore, but they're still very on top of their game.
So Trevor Moreau will inbound it in just a second. The margin back to 5. Great to have the support of all our naming rights sponsors, GIO, City, Land Rover, the support from the Australian Government, the Defence Force, the Australian Navy, Rugby AU, Wheelchair Sports New South Wales, and of course the IWRF official ball in Moulton. Wonderful to have their support. All the support from the Australian Government, the Federal Government, and of course GIO, our major sponsor. Disability Sports Australia, they're hosting the event, so it's terrific to have their support as Caldwell goes in. 12 teams, 6 days, 1 championship. And on Friday, Jens, we battle for gold.
Oh, yeah, that will be a matchup.
You got
Can't
any,
wait to see that.
from what you've seen, I know it's pretty early doors of the tournament.
Oh, nice turnover from Trevor here. Oh.
And there it goes to Caldwell. So Caldwell gets the try. Terrific stuff from Canada. From what you've seen the last 2 days, you're brave enough to tip maybe the teams that will make up the gold medal game?
I would be brave enough to call you, to tell you maybe half finals, but I'm not in a position right now to tell you more. And another turnover.
Beautiful stuff there from Canada. This is what they need. So they're getting back in this contest, aren't they? 3 points the difference. Cody Caldwell really stepping up for the Canadians here, Jens.
And that's what you always see in the third quarter. That's a very important quarter because there it comes down to either you are a very focused team or you're not.
So Witkowski was just questioning that call as you saw on the replay. Great to have the broadcast partners of B Live streaming on board here for this World Championship.
Mateusz Wawczak.
Wawczak back on the court. You're struggling with the names, and you know.
Oh, yeah. Not my native language.
So we come back in
nice
field, and
score.
Hirschfield scores the try there for Canada. So they're starting to really peg this lead back. 2 points the margin, the closest it's been for a long time between these two sides. Nicely worked there from Kapusta. Kapusta gives it down court. Wolfchuk works his way nicely. Whitehead giving him some grief. So too Marua in the two-jumper. Wolfchuk couldn't handle it.
Whoa.
Is that a turnover, Jens?
In my opinion, it would have to be, but Alex Schreiner saw something different over there. But that would have been very big impact. Right now the momentum is clearly on the Canadian side. And I hope that Poland, without any judgment, can secure themselves with a lead into the last quarter.
So just 2 and a bit to go before three-quarter time as now Poland work their way through nicely to Kapusta. Kapusta working well. Rocky there in defence in the 7. Wolfchuk doing well to try and protect the line and protect Cody Caldwell, and does that well, and Kapusta goes through for the try. So now they start to get that margin back to 3, but the way Canada are going, I really think they can almost be square inside 2 minutes here before three-quarter time.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think it was only in 2 minutes or something, where they came back from a
they got a number of points pretty quickly.
6 or 7 point lead to back to a 2-point game right now.
So the ball goes
And
inbound.
boom.
Caldwell. In fact, that's Whitehead. Whitehead gives the ball away now to Caldwell, and Caldwell will go hard. So they're really starting to just zip away now, Canada.
And
30 to 28, the points margin 2.
That's what Mike Whitehead is loving to do. Standing there, receiving the ball, and then lays it to one of the outlets.
Need to force the mistake here, but Wolfchuk has the ball for Poland. It'll be hard to get there. Great protection there from Poland. And it was Kushida that provided nice protection. There's a man down for Canada. And if they can just force another mistake here in this last sort of minute 40 of this term, things are really different going into that three-quarter break, yeah?
Yeah, it looks right now then a different game, yeah? I think in the 2 first quarters, Canada was a little bit too unconscious about the turnovers, and they still have 3 timeouts on the scoreboard. So right now, Canada is on top, also in a mental way. So let's see. Will be a very interesting last quarter.
So we're about a minute 40 away from that three-quarter time break. Whitehead has possession of the ball, gives the ball inside to Maroa. Maroa works it nicely over the halfway line. He'll go in, pops the pass nicely, and Caldwell finishes it beautifully. Canada starting to lift here. Now the margin, 31 to 29, so just 2 points. Now it goes away to Kapusta. Kapusta under some pressure from Caldwell. Great work from Whitehead. Now under some pressure, needs to lose the ball. But Rocky gets possession away for Poland. Now to Wolfchuk. Wolfchuk under some pressure now from Maroa, but he can't get him. And he gets the try. So back to that 3-point margin, and we're just over a minute to play before three-quarter time, Jens.
Yeah, now Poland's going back to the key again. So that's what they will love to do, to put a little bit time from the clock. And it seems like a little bit that Canada doesn't have the purpose to attack altogether with speed. Seems a little bit unstructured. Nice pass, man.
Caldwell gives the ball to Whitehead.
And Rocky is at least 185, yeah? So need to pass over this big guy.
So the Moulton ball goes over the head of Rocky. And now Poland, a big collision in the middle of the court. There's a player down for Canada. Just got sort of sandwiched there between Wolfchuk and Kapusta.
Big hit from Wolfchuk against Trevor Hirschfield. Low 1 point against 3.5. It's almost predictable who will win there.
So he'll be back on 2 wheels hopefully shortly, Hirschfield. 2 points to the margin going into this three-quarter time break. 42 seconds away, so it'll be interesting to see if Poland can get some more points and push that to 3, or maybe Canada force the mistake and really get themselves back in this contest and bring that margin back to 1, Jens.
But I have no idea why the shot clock is now set up to 40 seconds again. I think Poland had the ball, so not sure if they recognize this, the referees. I think it was a fallen player, sorry, my fault.
Okay, so Rocky will inbound it nicely to Kapusta. Kapusta just holds the pass up, looking for an opportunity. Tries to get it away
that's another handball.
under some pressure.
Ref.
Handball is the call, but not given, and plays on. So Kapusta back to Rocky. Rocky now tries to go at the line, 32-30, inside the final 20 seconds here of the third term. Rafael Rocky just working it away. Be interesting to see what he does here. 13 seconds on the shot clock, 15 seconds on the game clock. Takes it forward. Try comes to Kapusta. Christoph Kapusta gets the try.
They scored too fast, man. Now Canada has still 12 seconds to score. 7 now.
Whitehead moves inside the half. Needs to get the pass away. Does so. Lavoie tried to get it, but it's taken by Poland. And they'll go to ground with the ball. So that's three-quarter time. We have got a terrific final term coming up. Poland 33, Canada 30. We'll take a break. It's our final one of the game, and we'll be back on the other side with all the exciting action of the final term between Poland and Canada.
See, feel, climb. First out, last in. Look round corners, look in crannies. Go down dark alleys, lose yourself. Catch a lift, break new ground. Turn things inside out. Go walkabout, get set. Go after the goosebumps. Never stop discovering.
With 30 seconds before both nations come back on the court, it's going to be an absolute nail-biter, no doubt about it. Only 3 tries in it. And we'll be considered Canada would be favourites heading into this. If there's ever been a day where the sheep's going to savage the butcher, it just might be today. Poland fighting very, very hard here. Canada with still 3 timeouts remaining, something to keep in mind.
Welcome back to the Key Centre, the final term between Poland and Canada. The margin 3 points in favour of Poland, as you can see. And now we are just about underway here as Rocky takes the ball forward for Poland, working his way out. Nice solid pass over the top there to Kapusta, and Poland get themselves back on the board. The intensity just going to lift here a little bit here, Jens, in the final term, yeah?
Yeah, the thing is that Poland had again the first possession, and now they scored 4 points in lead, but Travis Moreau scored easily here against Rafa Rocky.
Yeah, it gets the first try of this term, so the margin back to 3. Now, are you in the market for a new wheelchair rugby chair? This Friday, August 10, so couple of days away at the 2018 World Championship, IWRF. They'll auction off a Vesco competition wheelchair. It's valued at almost $9,000. Now, auction proceeds will go to support the IWRF Hall of Fame, and that is sponsored by Vesco Metal Craft. So you can sign up in advance to participate. Get involved. It's a fantastic prize worth $9,000. For more information, visit this website, IWRF.com. So for all those details about that Vesco competition and your chance to win that wheelchair rugby chair valued at almost $9,000 as Travis Moreau gets the points for Canada. The margin goes back to 3. 7 to go, Jens. And Poland, who do you see really lifting here first? Do you think Poland will just put the pedal to the metal and really jump ahead, or how do you see Canada bouncing back?
Canada is trying all what they can to produce some turnovers. Unfortunately, here a little bit illegal from Trevor, producing an illegal use of the hands. But that's what they have to do. They have to go for the ball to get it. And if they produce some turnovers, the Polish team might get a little bit shaky.
So Wofchuk just takes it up there nicely, just holds the line. Tries to get the pass away. Takes it on the line, moves it nicely. Has his man in Kapusta just in front of him in the 3-jumper. Now Wolfchuk, geez, he did well close to that line. Must have been centimetre perfect. And it goes away to Rocky for the try. I reckon he must have come in within a coat of paint of that sideline there, Jens.
Yeah, Mateusz is still not a well-experienced player. He plays for, I think, 1.5 years now. He played wheelchair basketball before. So, yeah, you can bring him into trouble when you know what to do, but he's doing really well.
So Canada on the attack. Moroa now has possession of the ball, gives the ball back to Caldwell. Caldwell holds it line. Wolfchuk giving him some grief. Tries to push his man away. Whitehead you can see in front of him in the 8-jumper. Now works it well. Caldwell on the left-hand side. Comes back to the right for the opportunity. Tries to thread the Neville. But Rocky holds him hard at the line. Caldwell now going at the line again. Pops it away. Hirschfield. Has he got the point? Yes, he has. Went backwards. And Canada go forwards.
That was a 4 in a key from Christoph Kapusta, but they judged it as a penalty try.
Pass inbound. Canada need to force the mistake here. Rocky did well to pick up that ball. Caldwell giving grief. Now it comes back. Pass goes across court. Now to Wolfchuk. Wolfchuk on Whitehead. Has the possession of the play. It slows down inside the attacking line. Just tries to play the ball there.
I love to see Trevor playing on court. He's one of the best one-pointer in the world, might be the best one-pointer, and he's always going for the ball, especially when he's passing somebody. It's very nice to see.
That is a terrific pass back in field. Goes to Rocky to Wolfchuk and away to the try scorer in Kapusta. Oh, that was pretty to watch. So Canada now will take a look at that. 37-33. Love to see a replay of that try for Poland.
Seems to be a technical foul from Krzysztof Koshida, letting him not on court.
Probably have to go online, IWRF.com, to get all the information, and of course 2018 WRWC.com, and see the replay of this particular contest, and it goes there to Moroa. You can see all the live action on that website, 2018 WRWC.com. You'll be able to see games that have been played. You'll be able to see the live stream, both here at the Key Centre and, of course, the Netball Centre right across the 6 days of the tournament. You enjoying the first 2 days of the tournament, Jens?
Yeah, very enjoying it. Couldn't wait to let the games begin, and now they are underway. Nice to see it. And a turnover. Nice. That's what Canada needs right now.
And Caldwell gets the possession. So great work from Whitehead to set it up. Caldwell finished it. And the margin goes to 2 with just over 5 to play before the full-time siren. So Poland looking for their first win of the tournament after going down to Great Britain. And Canada, they're also looking for their first tournament after going down to France, which 99% of the population thought was a shock. But Jens, you were on the French.
Now it's crunch time for both teams. Poland needs to secure this small lead. Otherwise, it will be a big comeback for Canada.
So Wolfchuk gets the try on that occasion there for Poland. Brings the margin back to 3. Inbound pass, nicely worked from Whitehead. Whitehead pops it over the top. Caldwell's going to have to move quickly here, and does so. Wolfchuk chasing, but can't get him.
Nice composure from Mike here. Flipped it a little bit off. Was a pretty bad pass, but was able to receive it and to pass it right away.
Nice pass inbound now. It's Kapusta takes the possession of play. Kapusta working his way nicely up court. Now has possession, has Wolfchuk on the right, Rocky on the left. Now Rocky's just in front of Kapusta. Kapusta holding up the pass, looking for some opportunities. Maybe a possible pass there across court to the 8 in Koshida.
Looks like Poland tries to do a little bit time management to let Canada less time on the scoreboard.
Goes back to Kapusta from Rocky. Rocky providing protection to Wolfchuk, and the try is there for Poland. 39-36, back to 3 points, Jens.
Well composure from Poland. And yeah, that's what they need. They need to take time from the clock and score their goals. Score their tries, sorry.
So now Caldwell has possession of the ball. Tries to go at the line. Great work from Kapusta in defence, but it goes to Whitehead. Oh, geez, manages to zip backwards through very limited space on the try line.
That seems like a well-designed attack from Canada. Very, very well passed from Cody all the time, so they know where the guy, where his teammate is, and no problem to score for Mike Whitehead.
Goes to Kapusta. Kapusta gives it back to Rocky. Rocky works it nicely just inside this attacking half now. Margin is 2, under 4 to play before full time. Plays it at the line. Rocky, Raphael Rocky for Poland. Swings around, tries to have another crack at it. Wolfchuk just working his way nicely close to the key in protection. Great work there from Kashida as well in protection. Kashida creates the path. And Rocky goes through for the try for Poland. Good stuff.
I think Janusz Koszak took a timeout, coach's timeout for Poland.
So the coaching timeout. So if you're after tickets, of course, for the remaining days, all you have to do is head online, www.2018wrwc.com. Head online and you'll be able to find out all the ticket information. Family passes, they vary in price, but start at $50 for the basic days, the pool days. Gets a little bit more expensive come finals day, but you'd imagine that because it gets towards the gold and the bronze games. The tickets on that occasion are $90 for the finals for the family, which is superb value. Or if you want to get the event pass, they might be a little bit cheaper considering we're into the second day. But $190 for the family pass there, adults $75, and of course concession tickets just $40. Now, 2018, it marks the 25th anniversary of the International Wheelchair Rugby Federation. It was created back in 1993 as the governing body for the sport of wheelchair rugby. The IWRF, they'd love to thank all the athletes, coaches, officials, volunteers and supporters. They are so important to the cause who have contributed to this great sport. And they look forward to many, many more years growing and supporting the global wheelchair rugby family. So 25 years, Jens. Hopefully another 25 to come.
Oh, please, please.
It's certainly a growing sport, isn't it? It was discovered or created in Canada. And it's just going in leaps and bounds, which is fantastic for the sport, yeah?
Invented back in 73. And yeah, it's probably the fastest growing sport in parasport in the Paralympic movement. I think over the last 2 or 4 years, I need to lie here, there are an increase of the players of 25% worldwide. So it's a very huge amount who's playing right now rather than 2 days or 2 years or 4 days ago.
So Rocky gets the try there for Poland, the margin 3. Can they hold on inside this final 3 minutes, or will Canada surge a charge? Great pass, Maroa. That's terrific stuff. I've got a feeling it was Whitehead or Caldwell that may have fired that pass across court, but Maroa certainly finished it off for the Canadians, and the margin goes back to 2:40 left to play as Rocky takes it up. So the sport's 45 years old, and the IWRF involvement is 25. So some certainly good times ahead, hopefully, for the sport of wheelchair rugby.
Great.
The points come there for Poland, and Krzysztof Kashida gets the try.
Great pass here from Mateusz Wawczak, who has seen Krzysztof down there on the goal line. And the time is ticking. So Canada needs to produce something.
Caldwell working backwards to try and go forwards. Gives the ball away to Whitehead. Whitehead needs some support. Just takes it at the line. Just tries to get the pass away. Can't quite get it there. Now pops it over the top. Brilliant stuff. Trevor Maroa gets the try. Canada worked in limited space, but it seemed very simple in the end.
Yeah, they like to let it seem simple.
Comes back now for Poland, and it goes to Kapusta. Kapusta plays the line, just holds it up, gives the ball away there to Wolfchuk, and Wolfchuk will go through for the points. So another try there for Poland. His tally grows, one more, and the Polish side 43-40. Now, a question I'd like to get an answer on.
I will try.
The Polish people, are they called Poles?
No.
So they're just Polish. Because you've got
Polish,
Denmark who are the Danes.
Yeah, in Poland they call themselves Polacks.
Polacks.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's very well spoken Polish. But,
Right.
Yeah, let's call him Polish.
Right, or Polacks. So we'll call it Polacks. So there you go. Because I was, when I called the game yesterday with Denmark and Poland and Great Britain, I was sort of sitting there thinking, I can't just keep calling them.
So how you call the British then?
Polish. Well, there's a few names you can, some you can say on air, some you can't. But Great Britain, the Brits, the Poms, So yeah. As we go back to live action now, and Caldwell now has it for the Canadians. Works his way nicely there, and great work from Whitehead. Limited space, needs to get the pass away. He's calling for the try.
It seems like Mike took a timeout. Well taken.
Close to the line, so you can see the celebration there between the Polish players.
Still 2 on the board for Canada. So right now another turnover against Canada would be the death shot.
So the clutch situation begins now inside the final 90 seconds of this one. Caldwell works his way, just plays it at the line, goes hard, goes for the try line, and works with limited space, but gets it there. So terrific work there. Of course, the next game on the key centre is the 6:30 game between Ireland and Sweden, but the next game on the schedule is Denmark and New Zealand. That'll follow this one in about half an hour's time.
That was so close. But he's able to recover it.
Wolfchak taps it back in. Keeps it alive somehow.
What a recovery from Krzysztof Kapusta and taking a timeout. And they need to take it when they have to do it. And well done from the Polish team.
So now the margin 2 points. So minute 11 to go. It looks as though the Polacks will hold on here. Yes. But the Canadians, they've certainly been better here. But this second loss, geez, how is that going to impact them going into this competition? Because they had the loss yesterday against France, which was probably a little bit unexpected to most. But, how does that sort of affect you mentally as a player, those back-to-back losses?
First of all, that will be really frustrating after a bad start, actually, from Canada. They came back and they had the chance to may win this game. They still have the time.
Nice pass to Wolfchak who gets the try.
They didn't play against the top teams in their pool till now. So I'm not sure which pool they are, but I think they play against GB and against US in the next days. So it will not become easier for the Canadians.
So Canada pops the pass over the top nicely to Whitehead. Good work from Caldwell and Whitehead. Margin goes back to 2, 44-42, 50 seconds left. Then you're going to need a big play and a big switch in possession. Goes across the court. Wolfchak under some pressure now. You can see Canada really lifting there. Whitehead doing his best to try and get there. But great protection there from Rocky. Gives Wolfchak the movement through the court. He goes inside the attacking half. Tries to find his man there. 36 seconds left on the game clock. We're inside 23 seconds on the shot clock. You can see it on the left of screen. Comes back to Wolfchak. Wolfchak holds his line. Tries to go at the line. Has Maroa just in front of him. Wolfchak senses. Gets a sniff of the try line. And goes there for the points.
That seems to be the win for the Polish team. 2 points lead. 21 seconds now to go.
Nice pass across from Whitehead.
Canada needs to score fast.
Goes across to Maroa. Maroa just goes at the line, pops it back to Whitehead. And Whitehead gets the points.
That seemed to be a contact from Travis Maroa against one of the Polish players, but the referees let it go.
So Maroa will just get unhinged there from Wolfchak, as you saw on the coverage. Our broadcast partner, Be Live Streaming, they're doing a superb job over the last 2 days, covering all the action both here at the Key Centre and the Netball Centre as well. Now it works away there to Wolfchak. Wolfchak tries to work at the line, goes on the left flank inside the final few seconds of this one. 45-43, it'll be a win to Poland. And 1 second to go in the game. So it'll be a win to Poland. But geez, Canada certainly had their moments in the game, yeah, Jens?
Yes, and they took it. They gave it away again because of all the returnovers, what they produced under the pressure from the Polish team. But hey, that's well deserved. Congrats to Poland for a big win against Canada.
So Poland, the Polacks, they get the victory on this occasion. A terrific win. You can see the scenes there on the screen. They are absolutely loving this victory, and it's a great one, especially after coming off the loss to Great Britain yesterday. 45-43 the final score. A wonderful game of wheelchair rugby. So the action continues here in the 2018 IWRF Wheelchair Rugby World Championships, all thanks to GIO. The next game on the schedule is Denmark, New Zealand. That'll be at the Netball Centre. You'll be able to see all the live coverage on 2018 rwrc.com and all the action there for that game. And then, of course, Ireland and Sweden. That'll be the final game here at the Key Centre. Jens, an absolute privilege and a pleasure to call the Wheelchair Rugby with you today. You're welcome back in the commentary anytime you like.
Pleasures of my side. Maybe next time.
You started in 2014, you've continued in 2018, and you're only just going to go up and up and up on the scale of the wheelchair rugby calling. So great to have you here. My name is John O'Farr. Thanks for watching this game between Poland and Canada. We'll head over to the Netball Centre now for all the action in the next game between Denmark and New Zealand. Until the next game, we hear from you. It's great to have your company. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.